biggest thing for me has been the reward in it, really, with shaping your kids and molding them and seeing them grow as little people, and really just the abundance of love that you feel, because while you're, taking care of everyone and you're probably standing to eat your meal because you're busy cooking for all of them and getting them situated, just them coming up and hugging you and saying, "Mom, I love you. You're the best mom." And those moments is like, okay, it helped me to learn that even though some days you feel like your head's gonna go crazy, that it's so rewarding and they are recognizing who you are as a mother. So what you're doing is not irrelevant at all.
The thing that surprised me the most was how wonderful it is, and how seeing that baby or that grandchild for the first time is just, it's a miracle. And you think, we created this child, and how did we ever create such a wonderful being?
I would say the really cool thing that is empowering for me is that I grew up as an adopted child. So I was only 5 days old when I was adopted. And I didn't realize it until I had children myself, the unconditional love that my birth mother had to be able to entrust my life to someone else. And growing up, my parents always told me I was their first love. So the neat thing for me is I was able to understand motherhood in a totally different way. And when I, had that affinity of looking into my kids' faces and seeing me, that was the greatest blessing I could have ever received. And I realized then, and I know now, just with this award, my birth mother and my mother both are looking down from heaven and smiling, because they know that we made a difference. The choices that we made in our lives have made a difference for ourselves, our family, our children, and of course our community too.
My children have shaped my outlook of the world. I think because being an only child, it was different. I was probably a little more selfish, I'm being honest. And I think them in general has just taught me how to look at the world differently and to look around and to share and to nurture and to love.
So my motherhood journey has shaped the outlook of the world, that it really has made me look at things in the light of truly what is love and what does love mean. Love is a commitment. And it's a commitment to other people's victory. And, we say, "Oh, I love you," and that's an emotion, but what does that look like in action? And right now, I hope I don't get teary-eyed, but our world needs so much love right now. People are hurting. People are dying. We have a war going on, and what we need is love. And as I look at the world now, we need to show up, and we need to show up love. When people see us, they have to see love. When people feel us, they have to feel love. When people hear us, they have to hear love. The way I see it is, if we all could look through the lens of love and just be that commitment that others need to get them to the victory that they so deserve.
Well, I'm a better teacher. I'm a better advocate for children and families. Children need to be appreciated. They need to be respected, and we want them to respect us, but we need to respect them. They're very important. They're little people, and they need to know that we're there for them no matter what. Well, I try to convince people of the importance of parents, mothers, fathers, of individuals, adults in children's lives. I mean, it only takes one adult believing in a child to make that child believe in himself or herself. And I try to spread the importance of attachment early, nurturing the children when they're young. So they make that attachment to the parent, the grandparent, or we have so many grandparents parenting their grandchildren now. It's important to include them in everything.
We have no idea what other people are carrying, especially kids too. I think that sometimes it's easy just to think like, oh, they're just little kids. And I think I'm always very in tune with, Owen and his little friends. And I think it's important to look at children as complete whole individuals as well. And I think that they communicate in their own special little ways, but just to make sure that we're not taking anything away from them just because they're little and kids.
My children have shaped my outlook of the world by just causing me to slow down and pause and really see what is going on around me. Not only to just see what's going on around me, but to take time to smell the roses, because that's what they do. We go out and run around in a park or one of our hiking trails here in Las Vegas, and my boys are just asking the most simple questions and at the same time, the most in-depth questions about things that I just don't see. And it's really given me a lot of thought as to how I see people and how I see the world and everything around me. I look at things much differently through a much more forgiving and grateful lens than I used to.
I love him because he has so much energy and he pushed me to do new stuff. My husband, he likes like baptized by fire. I don't. But my little one is like, Mom, we live in Alaska. You should know how to ski. He's like, really? I don't want to. But I do stuff that honestly, without him, it's like, no way, I'm not going to try even. But with him, it's like, okay, I'm going to be brave and I'm going to do whatever because I want to spend time with him.
I definitely play more now and probably don't take things quite as seriously as I would have in the past, and it probably makes me definitely realize the things that are important and to learn how to prioritize those things.
My children have shaped my outlook of the world to be one that I can really do whatever I want and be whatever I want. And I tell them all the time, but the more I pour into them and I see them take it and actually apply it, I'm like, I can do that too. Because somehow the rules go out the window when you become an adult. So they just keep me so grounded in that I really can do whatever it is that I want to do. I just got to breathe and just focus on my character.
I think most of the time they see it with the glass half full rather than the glass half empty. And so there's a renewed optimism. So I think that children bring out a wonder in small things. Instead of just the cares of this world. I think that it's brought a beautiful optimism and a look at life to just say, okay, this is what really matters.
We have our kids and then we have other kids that we've gotten from the community, and they've changed my outlook on the world because they're all different and they all possess something different. So knowing that there's different kids that we bring into our home that we're like parents to, and it's helped me shape and understand that not all kids are the same. They're all going to deal with different things. They have different backgrounds, where they came from. Their culture is even different from in their home.
I have 5 children who are very different needs, different personalities, different wants, how they receive information, how they receive correction, and how they receive love. And I've realized on a broader scope that that's everyone in life. And it helped me be patient. It helped me see people in a different light.
They're all very different. And so they're very unique. And understanding that they are unique helps me to, work with others Everybody is their own unique self. And so you have to make sure that you approach them with their uniqueness. Learning how to deal with those three very different personalities has helped me to deal with, all of the things that I have to deal with in life, whether it's on my job or in my ministry or at church or volunteering, understanding that everyone has a uniqueness. And if you embrace that uniqueness, things will go well.
My outlook has been changed by knowing how great our impact is into everyday life, into relationships with the people that we encounter. Being a good person, a kind person, means more than just, wanting to be a good person. I think in motherhood, I'm very hungry to see the happiness of my children. So that makes me more creative and wanting to create different opportunities and experiences for them, which in turn impacts my life, which then impacts the community. All around makes things wonderful.
My big kids made me realize how hard life can be, and that kids aren't supposed to have to be resilient. They are, and they're amazing at it, but they shouldn't have to be. And every kid that's come through our house, whether it's our kids, the kids we've fostered, even kids we've babysat, I've realized so much that you have to meet a child where they're at versus where you think they should be at. It's made me realize how many laws need to change. It's made me realize how many kids are affected negatively by a broken system, how many families that are torn apart by a system that's just not working, and how badly I want to change that for these kids.
My children have shaped my outlook into the world by overcoming the obstacles that have been thrown at them. Obviously, my sons are Black, and we've had to teach them lessons about what it is to be a Black youth in America today, and how to hold themselves, handle themselves, and be prepared. But they also, with their disabilities, have to struggle. So, being able to understand what their disabilities are, how it impacts them, and how they can just take the lessons that they learned, take advantage of the opportunities, and grow up and be good men.
I believe our maternal instincts have the nurturing side. And I feel like, especially recently, the world has kind of come callous, and our ability to lead as women, as mothers, but also have a caring side. I think that really elevates our culture and our nation really well. Women leaders, I feel like we could benefit a lot more from that.
You just never know how strong you are until you're put in a situation. I know you know this too, and that how even when you are tired and everything, that you will do whatever you need to do when your kids are sick, and even if you haven't slept for 24 hours up, you're still up and trying to make things right. I think it's how amazingly strong we are as mothers, and being able to be there and be rocks for our family, not only our kids, but our families and our extended families. That's been the most interesting thing, seeing how empowering it is when they say mama bear. They aren't kidding. That all of a sudden that comes in, it's like a whole new level of strength and resiliency, and everything comes forth.
I think my children have shaped my outlook of the world by growing me. We have grown two very independent children, and they have taught me the importance of healthy debate, healthy outlook on uniqueness in different people. They have fashioned me into being embracing the differences in opinion. And I wasn't like that when I was younger. I always, it was like, oh yes, okay, whatever parents say. So they have taught me to be just more compassionate, more caring, more loving towards them and towards others.
I guess something special about being a mom is having my children still as a family, and the thing that they have each stayed as a unit. And you see so many people that don't speak to each other, don't, whatever reason, and my family still seems to be one. And I really, that's one thing I know we've always asked of them, take care of each other, be a family. And I think that, all these years, and they all have so many different things and children and all that, it is hard to be a unit, but they continue to be. And there are sometimes, well, now with this virus and all, we have not been able to be totally together because of numbers, but in small groups, we continue to get together and enjoy each other.
We don't get ahead by trampling on other people. We get ahead by coming together. There's a great African quote. It said, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go as a group. And I think as we unify ourselves and as we work together and we use and truly, mothers are different. We have that energy, we have that desire, we have that feeling and need to want to include people. And as we work together, we have to be good citizens. We have to respect one another. We have to help one another. And as we use that energy as a group, we can accomplish great things.